want to try doing some alcohol ink art in resin. I want to see if I can make some pretty alcohol ink wispies in the resin. If you don't know what that is, don't worry, you'll see what I'm talking about a little bit later in the video. But first, let me show you guys my newest trinket dish molds. I found these on Amazon and I just love how the edging of these molds are rounded and thick. These are going to be so cute and I'm so glad they finally arrived and I can't wait to show you guys what I make with them. Now this mold right here is the one that made me buy these molds. I don't have a cloud mold, I think. I'm pretty sure I don't because I have yet to find a nicely shaped one. But you guys, this one right here, to me, is perfection. Another thing I want to try is adding temporary tattoos to these trinket dishes. It's about time I hop on the temporary tattoo and resin train. And as for the alcohol inks, I'm going to be using Let's Resin alcohol inks. Funny enough, alcohol inks is one of those things too that I've actually been keeping away from. I'll tell you guys why a bit later in the video, but again, it's one of those things that I should try in resin, and Instagram at the moment is being persistent and keeps showing me lots of posts about alcohol inks, so here we are. Now, the first thing I have to do is cut out the tattoo designs I want to put in my trinket dishes. I also bought these off of Amazon, and I actually got a pretty big stack of them. I think it was like 60 sheets of tattoos for $13 Canadian. It's probably even less than American dollars. And there's some really pretty designs. There's butterflies, flowers, there's even birds. Yeah, there's a lot of tattoos. By the way, if you guys are interested in any of the products I use in this video or any of my videos really, be sure to check out the description box. I put all the links down there. But yeah, now I have a bunch of tattoos that I can put into my resin creations if I like the results of these trinket dishes I'm going to be making. So now, because I'm going to be putting the tattoos directly onto the molds themselves, I'm just going to quickly grab some tape and pat it on the molds to remove any fuzzies or tiny particles that can be on the molds. If there's any particles, it can damage the tattoo design, or it can also create a tiny pocket, which again can lead to damaging the design. So we want to avoid that. So I got my water and now it's time to put the tattoos on the molds. Comment down below if you've tried putting tattoos in resin and let me know if you like the results. So let's do the cloud dish first. I'm thinking this one is going to be the trickiest one since we do have some text here on the tattoo and I want to make sure that it's centered right. So, okay, I think I got it. So now what I want to do is I'm going to press it down and hopefully we don't get any air pockets under there. I'm probably should have started on one side and worked my way along. I'll definitely do that for the other two. Okay, so let's see. Wait, why does this look wrong? Okay, so I just realized that the text is what looks wrong and I actually can't put this tattoo down just yet. I'm gonna have to make the trinket dish first and then I can put the tattoo down. So let's put this one aside and let's do the other two. Since these other two tattoos are just flowers, I can put them down any way I'd like. There's no right way. I just need to put that sticky tattoo part to the mold and then everything will work out. But with the other tattoo, if I hadn't noticed, that text from the tattoo would have ended up backwards when I demolded the resin dish. I'm just so glad that I figured that out, and it's also really lucky I was able to pull that tattoo off the mold without damaging the design either. So, okay, so now that the design is down, I'm going to dab the tattoo with some water so I can remove the backing paper. I'm not going to put too much water on my paper towel because I don't want any excess water going into the mold. Resin and water don't mix, and I also don't want to have to stick paper towel along the edges so the tattoo doesn't get ruined either. I'm going to hold the paper towel on the tattoo for about a minute, and I think we should be able to pull off the backing paper now. So, oh, it's so pretty. We do have a little excess tattoo here, so I'm going to attempt fate, and I'm going to be using my craft knife and gently cut off the excess like so, and there we go. Using another tool probably would have been the smartest thing to do, but it just needed a little extra care using the knife. Now I'm going to go ahead and do the exact same thing with the other mold and tattoo, and ta-da! Now that the molds have the tattoos on them, it's time for the first layer of resin. I'm going to be using Let's Resin's regular epoxy resin, and I'm actually just going to skip ahead with this part and just show you guys the colors I've ended up with and pouring them into the molds. It took me way too long to mix up these colors for some reason. I was trying really hard to match the colors with the tattoos, and although I don't really think I did that, I still really love the colors I mixed up. This style of mold and with the colors I got, these trinket dishes kind of look like actual neon lights. Do you guys see it? I'll actually put an example of what I'm talking about on the screen now so you guys know what I'm talking about, but that's actually really cool. I might have to make something else with these molds to try and mimic a real neon light. Maybe add some glow powder in there. Oh, that actually sounds like a really cool idea. So maybe stay tuned for that video. Okay, so now I have to let this resin cure up and I'll be back tomorrow so we can try doing those alcohol wispies. Good morning, guys. This first layer of resin has cured up and it's now time to use the alcohol inks and see if we can achieve those alcohol wispies. So I've gone ahead and already taken out the colors that I'm going to be using. I've chosen pink, green, purple, blues. I want to match the colors to the colors that are in the tattoos. And of course, white. White is what I'm going to be using in all the dishes. For every drop of color I put in, I'll be putting a drop of white ink right in the middle. Okay guys, so I'm going to be starting with this one here because it doesn't have a tattoo. And then that way, if this one goes wrong, you know, I can switch something up. I can try and change it for those two. So I've gone ahead and mixed up 6 ounces of resin. I did pass it through my Resiner's bubble remover machine. So yeah, let's get started. And actually, let me just quickly undo these bottles so it doesn't slow me down. As you guys can see, I'm a little shaky. I have no idea what I'm doing, so let's get to it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour a little bit of resin into my mold, and as that resin is spreading out, I'm going to drop the alcohol inks onto the resin. I'm going to try and avoid dropping the alcohol inks directly onto my molds because I'm pretty sure alcohol inks can stain resin molds, but don't hold me to that. I don't know if the Let's Resin alcohol inks specifically do that, but I'm just saying this as a precaution in case you guys do decide to try this technique. Now it's time to spread the resin and start moving it to manipulate that ink to get those wispies. I'm actually going to pick up my mold and tilt it back and forth to move that resin, and then I'm also going to go in with my heat gun to break up the ink splats. Having this first layer of cured resin already in the mold is actually really helpful. It's keeping the mold stiff and it's so much easier to move it back and forth. I wonder if it's tricky if the mold is soft and floppy without that first. Sorry guys, I'm being a little immature. But yeah, I wonder if it's tricky if the mold is soft and floppy, and then that way it's a little bit harder to, you know, move that mold back and forth. So maybe if you guys do want to do this, maybe the first time you do it, have that first layer of cured resin in there so it's easier for you. I'm also going to add a little bit more resin to help spread the resin to the edges of the mold. And now I guess I'm just going to keep adding more ink and moving that resin until I get a look that I like. As I'm doing this and the other dishes, I'm going to talk about what I mentioned before at the beginning of this video, that up until now I've been keeping away from using alcohol inks with resin. And that's because I think it was like 2 years ago, I did buy a set of alcohol inks from Michaels and it just went wrong for me. I think I was mixing up orange and then the resin came out green. And I also tried gold and then the resin came out brown. I don't know, it was weird. And the worst part was that those inks were expensive because they were a well-known brand. And funny enough, a couple of weeks later, I came across a video of a resin artist complaining that those same inks didn't take long to fade in resin. So I was just like, nope, this isn't for me. And I just put those inks away and haven't touched them since. I don't know if I got a bad batch or if they were reacting with the resin brand that I was using, but they're still here in my cabinet, tucked away, and I wonder if I should try it again after doing this and see what happens. Maybe try using the alcohol inks this way instead of mixing them into the resin, though I'm pretty sure I did try also doing something similar to this. At the time, it was very trendy to do the Petri dish technique in resin, and that's what I actually bought those inks for. Anyways, so I recently got these Let's Resin alcohol inks because I saw Steve McDonald review them and how 6 months later these inks still had their color. So I decided to give alcohol inks another try, and I'm happy to say that so far the alcohol inks haven't gone weird, so hopefully it's a good sign. Fingers crossed. Okay guys, so what do we think about these alcohol ink wispies? We do have a couple of patches here where the ink is just really concentrated, so I'm gonna try to run a toothpick through to see if I can spread it out a little. I don't know whether this alcohol ink is going to sink into the resin or if it's just going to sit on top, but that's going to be something that we have to wait until tomorrow to find out. But aren't these alcohol wispies just so pretty? I just realized that I keep calling these alcohol wispies, but if you guys know if there's an actual name to this technique, be sure to comment it down below so I know what it is. So now I'm going to let these cure, and keep your fingers crossed, you guys, so the ink doesn't move much in the night because I really love how they're looking. and I'll see you guys in the morning. Okay, so it's now the next day and our resin is cured up, and I want to see if these alcohol inks are in the resin or if they're on top of the resin. Okay, good. The alcohol ink did go into the resin and there's no residue. Now we can go ahead and finish these trays. Just one more layer of resin, guys. Just one more. Okay, so I've gone ahead and mixed up another 6.5 ounces of resin, and I'm gonna dye it white. I'm also gonna add a dash of glitter to give it a little sparkle, though I probably shouldn't be doing this. I don't want to take the focus away from the wispies and tattoos, but you guys already know glitter is life. Now, the reason I'm adding this white layer of resin is so that the trays have this opaque background, and that way the tattoos and alcohol inks will really stand out. I think if I just leave it transparent, those colors will be really muted and it'll be hard to see the alcohol wispies and tattoos, so we really want them to stand out, and the white is just going to do that for us. Now I'm just going to quickly give the resin a blast of heat to help pop the air bubbles. The flowery mold one has quite a few, and now these trays will sit here for a day or two to properly cure. I'll probably end up leaving it for 2 to 3 days actually, and that way the resin will fully be solid. I hope you guys are just as excited as I am for this demolding. Don't mind the gloves. I'm wearing my gloves because my hands look horrendous. The cold has arrived in Canada and my hands are really dried out, so I'm just protecting your guys' eyes. Okay, so I'm thinking let's demold a tattoo one first, then let's do the cloud that doesn't have the tattoo, and then we'll finish off with the heart that has the other tattoo. Okay, so these are a little bit harder than I thought to demold, so let me quickly get these out of their molds and then I'll do the reveal with you guys afterwards. Okay, that's a good sign. The tattoo is not on the mold, so that means that the resin did fully cure with the tattoo. Okay, mold number 2 with the tattoo is also cleared. No residue has been left on the mold. And now our trays are out of their molds. You guys, that was a workout for my hands. My hands are hurting a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so let's do this one first. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Ah, that looks that looks interesting. We cannot see our tattoo, so our tattoo has been lost in those alcohol inks, but we did get those alcohol wispies, as you guys can see. It does look really pretty, but yeah, it does look like we lost the tattoo, and for some weird reason, it looks like the alcohol inks actually came up in front, because like right here, do you guys see that? It looks like that tattoo is behind the alcohol inks, so that's interesting. But yeah, that looks really pretty. I really like that pink. Okay, now let's see the blue one. 3, 2, 1, flip. Oh, wow. Just look at this one, you guys. Okay, this one is absolutely gorgeous. Just look at that. Wow. I love it. Oh, and look at that glitter. So I thought that glitter was gonna actually like take away from the alcohol inks and the tattoos, but look at that. In this one here, that glitter is actually adding that little bit of sparkle to make it even more beautiful. Wow. I don't think I'm gonna be adding that tattoo. Where is it? Here we go. I think I'm gonna change my mind and I'm just gonna leave this tray as it is and not add that tattoo. I think it's just so much more beautiful the way it is. Wow. I think this one's my favorite so far. Wow. Okay, and now lastly, the heart. Let's do it this way. 3, 2, 1, boom. Oh no. So the tattoos and these alcohol ink things, I don't think go together. We do actually, this one I think worked out a little bit better than this one. You can still see those flowers, but yeah, I think it's just too busy, and then you cannot tell the difference between the tattoos or the alcohol inks. But this one looks really pretty too. I like how you can still see this flower here. It's still in focus. This is really cool, you guys, and I would love to know which tray is your favorite. And do you agree with me about like the alcohol inks and the tattoos not going together? It's just too busy. Okay guys, so I was just here trying to put my trays away, and I happened to touch the middle of my tray. And can you guys hear this? It's sticky. That tattoo needs to be sealed. So I'm gonna have to mix up another layer of resin. Don't worry, I'm not gonna do that in this video. You know, this video is already long enough, but I will have to mix up another layer of resin and seal this tattoo, so then that way whenever I put something on top of this, so it doesn't stick onto the tray, and then that way it won't get damaged. So keep in mind that if you guys do this where you put the tattoo onto the mold like I just did, you will have to seal that tattoo at some point because it will be sticky. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and that you've learned something. If you guys did, please give this video a big fat thumbs up. And if you guys want to see what else I've done with resin on my channel, then be sure to check out one of the videos that are popping on screen right now. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!